Welcome. I am Reverend Keridak Silk, and this is the Universal Awareness Fellowship. We are located in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin, but are really trying to get it out to everybody, the information that we have, and to share. This is our hourly fellowship that we do every Sunday at noon. We invite people that are local to come and be with us. We were hoping to live stream today on YouTube, but that did not seem to work. So I apologize for that, for anybody who was hoping to, but you can always send me the messages that you want me to give energy to, or during our prayer circle, and just email it to me at keridak@keridak.com. There you are. And Keridak is spelled Keridak. So welcome again, and we are going to get started. We have a little bit of an audience here, so you may hear little voices popping up. I am going to thank you. Good to have help because I meant to do that. So the first thing we do is we do a prayer circle, blessing, sending a healing energy to the people in our lives and out there in the world that need a little extra boost. When we do it this way as group energy, it's stronger. It just seems to empower it more. So today I'm going to light a candle because candles, well, they always seem to give a little extra energy as well. And if I could work the child, there we go. Yes. Need a child to work the child-proof device. Okay. All right, so we have our lovely candle, and I'll just hold that for those of you that are looking at it. Yeah, the left-right thing is fun. All right. I will ask anybody, since I don't have a chat line today and no one has sent me anybody's particular names, if anyone in our audience has someone who wants to just call out their name, and we will just take a moment after each name to give some extra energy and love.
Rick.
Rick. Tony. Anybody else?
Lolly.
Lolly. John. Larry. Actually, two Larrys. Anybody else? No? Okay. A little shorter today because we weren't able to live stream and do the chat. But thank you for participating. I hope that as you watch this, you also just take a moment to kind of send energy and light out to people that you care about, or just to the world in general. We certainly can always use extra. So our topic today is one of the universal laws. We've been doing one each week. There are 12 universal laws. Today I'm going back to starting with the first one because I wasn't able to record it, and that is the Universal Law of Oneness. And the Universal Law of Oneness is exactly what it sounds like. Some of them aren't, but this one is exactly what it sounds like. We're all one. We're all interconnected. Everything about us is interconnected. So, love the little things. I have a few quotes, and I'll probably put those in intermittently. You can spend a lifetime trying to be one with the Great Spirit, or simply focus on love and realize you already are. Most of us feel that because we're in a human body, that we're somehow separated. We're not part of the great universe. We're not part of what we we're just not, we feel like there's like this wall of separation. And honestly, being in a body, we can't totally meld like we do when we're out of our bodies. But one of the nice things is we can travel, and through meditation or through astral traveling or different things, and begin to feel that feeling like we would do once we transition over and we're just totally part. We just sort of blend in. Oh gosh, what was that show? Oh dear, wasn't Star Wars or Star Trek, but it was part of, I think, the Star Trek series, and it was battleship something or other. Yeah, you. My audience is too young. What are you talking about? But anyway, there was a character, and I know you guys are going to start like commenting and telling me exactly what it is. My dense little mind will not remember. But there was a character, and he was a shapeshifter, and he would just kind of, in order to recharge, he would kind of he had a bucket, and he would just sort of go like, and go down and just sort of become in this bucket to recharge. And when he found his people, because he had been separated from his species, I guess you would say, he found that they were all like that, of course, but that what they did was they all just melded. So there was like this enormous pool where everybody just sort of melded like drops of water into the ocean. And really, that's all we are. We're just a drop of water, you know. And we can easily meld back into the water, whatever the ocean is, whether it's a cup of water, whether it's a huge pool, and just sort of go and just feel the love, because all it is love. There was another nice quote that I found that I liked. Another Native American quote. Peace comes within the souls of of men, sorry, there's a picture under it, when they realize their oneness is with the universe, when they realize it is really everywhere. It is within each one of us. So that's your way to peace. If you're feeling lost, anxious, frightened, the more you can begin to realize that you're part of the universal love and just sort of allow yourself to meld into that, all the rest seems to go away. I've certainly had many, many stresses in my life. I've had many, many times where I've been anxious, where things weren't going right. And every time when I was able to have learned this information, and I was able to let go and be in what they call the flow, everything settled. Everything just happened. It was like not only did I feel good, but things came to me. And as we talk another time about the universal laws, other universal laws, but the law of attraction being one most people know of, because we all want stuff or other things or experiences. And so we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to, you just get in the flow. Esther Hicks has a wonderful metaphor. Esther Hicks, for those of you who don't know, channels an entity called Abraham, and Abraham has been coming through her for years and giving. He totally takes over her body. She's what's called a pure channel, and he gives the advice out to people or talks to people in the audience. And what they have said is that you think of it as a river, like floating down the river, and you just relax into it, like just float on your back and relax and allow the current to just take you. And yeah, sometimes there might be a little rock, or sometimes you may kind of float to the edge and have to push yourself back off. There are things in life that are going to happen. But for the most part, you just lay back and allow. And the more you lay back and allow, the more you're pulled by the current to what it is you wish to have. It's part of being part of the oneness. We have this wonderful power. We're not separate. So, oneness, the divine law of oneness, is one of the first of the 12 universal laws. As I said, it helps us understand that we are all meant to be together. When you realize that, well, spiritually and scientifically, there was an initial something. What it was, that people are questionable about. I'm not going into the Big Bang. I'm just going into there was a spark. There was something that started our universe. The first thing that they're aware of was sound. So the very first anything was sound. And then as everything expanded, all formed, all became, but it's all formed and become out of love. That's the energy that puts everything out there. So whether you believe there was a divine intervention, a deity that created, or whether you believe it was just all a scientific thing that happened, it doesn't change the fact that we're all connected. That initial spark spread. Those ripples in the water. It just spread, and it doesn't make us any different by our belief systems. We're still interconnected. Now, there's a whole lot of experiments on that, which is really kind of interesting. There's a lot of different experiments on how we're interconnected. And one of the things that we have done is to see how we can affect things. So scientists that are quantum physicists and are looking at the protons and the quarks and all those lovely, exciting little bits and pieces that we've been able to distill down to, as far as our scientific minds anyway. We all know that it goes further down than that. Have realized that when you put your intention out, they appear. Something that wasn't even there. There was no existence. The intention was put out to look for a particular proton, and it suddenly appears. Now they realize when they have two that are near each other and then separate them away from each other, something that happens to one happens to another. They're now interconnected in a different way. They now, so the more we realize that our things we say, our words, our actions, those affect everybody around us. Our thoughts affect everybody around us. It can be an amazing tool to be able to radiate love, and then to find that people react to it. People you don't even know. People that, just sort of random strangers, and you just, they're attracted. They can feel that there's something more about you. If you're looking for job interviews, if you're looking for love, love partner, all those things become so much easier when you're radiating and realizing the love, and that you're just part of the universe. So I wanted to kind of make sure I've got everything that I wanted to say. And this has been said in a couple different places. We use the term namaste all the time, namaste. And we are always, I don't know if people really realize what it is. Usually it's kind of like, hi, goodbye, namaste, and we're saying it maybe without always realizing what the true meaning is. And it comes from the law of divine oneness. And its actual translation is, I bow to you. But what it really means, or what I've heard it means, I bow to the god or goddess within you, or the good energy within you, sort of a feeling. But what it truly means really is that it is that we're all interconnected. And that when I say namaste to you, we I'm saying I honor that feeling. I honor that you and I are connected together. That there really, even though we're in physical bodies and we feel like there's this wall between us, there really isn't. There really isn't. You may have felt that way in other situations. You may have felt that way maybe with a loved one, often with a child, when you hold them and you cuddle them and you can feel that there's almost like they're melding and they're, I use that word a lot, but it's the perfect one, right into you, and you don't feel a separation. And even when you lay them down or you may be far away, your thoughts can very quickly pull that feeling back up. That can happen with a loved partner. It can happen in other situations as well where you feel that closeness, and you can facilitate it to happen more so that when you are with other people, you are giving that love and you are feeling that connection. Now, you may want to be careful because we talk about the fact that you don't always want to be wide open to everybody. There are energies out there that are probably a little disconcerting sometimes, and we'll talk another time about what we people call negative energy. But what we're doing is we're saying, especially when you feel safe, like with your baby or your partner, allow yourself the opportunity to truly open up and to see if you can release that separation, where usually touch is the easiest way to do it first. Snuggle up, hold someone close. If you have a pet can be wonderful because they have such unconditional love, so that's a great thing. So you hold them close and you just allow yourself and your breathing to become in sync, and then you allow your energy to become in sync, and you'll begin to feel the divine oneness. So I'm going to go back. I had one or two more quotes yay. Wasn't as organized as I'd like to be sometimes, but that's okay. And I'm going to pull another one up that I really liked. Now, this one's from Albert Einstein. How do you like that? Yay. He recognized it. A person experiences life as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. Our task must be to free ourselves from the self-imposed prison, and through compassion to find the reality of oneness. So here's a scientist who recognized that we are all one, that we are all together, and that there is no separation. And the reason that this is the first law is because that is probably the most important thing. All the others are interesting, they enhance, but the most important thing to always remember is the fact that we're all energy, we're all love, and that there is no separation truly between us. That this physical stuff that we are is unimportant, and sadly, too many people only look at the outside, the physical stuff. As you become more and more aware, those things start to drop away and you care less about all of that. So I'm going to open it up to discussion. Again, we don't have a whole large audience and no chat going on, but please, you're welcome to do comments. I'll check periodically, or email me if you have something to say, and I'll try to respond. I may not be able to respond to everybody if it gets to be a lot, but I will do my best, or find a place to post where I can kind of give the information and send it to you. All right. Questions, ideas, thoughts? Nothing? Okay. Well, I am the Reverend Keridak Silk. Forget sometimes I am using my full name all the time now. And I am glad that you were with us. Thank you. Please come by every Sunday at noon. We will be hopefully streaming next time. And otherwise, just follow and subscribe to our channel because there'll be more up other than our Sunday fellowships hour. There'll be other classes and things that we wanted to just get out there to the world and share. My business partner and other guests. All right. Have a blessed day and namaste.